up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nisha, and I am back with another video. Y'all, I am so excited to be recording this for y'all. Y'all just don't know, like, I'm super excited. So your girl passed her NCLEX in 60 questions. Like, I feel so much better that I got that test out the way. Like, I feel like I can live now. Like, I was stressed out over that test. But if you click this link, you're probably getting ready to take your NCLEX and you want to know what I did to pass my NCLEX in 60 questions. So let's hop right into the video. I finished nursing school and graduated back in December 2019, and y'all, it is May 2020, and yes, I just took my NCLEX. Initially was supposed to take the NCLEX in March, and I picked March because I graduated in December, in the middle of December, and then in February I was going to Jamaica, so like I wanted to enjoy life for a little bit. Like I deserved a break. So I went to Jamaica in February, and I was going to schedule, like, once I come back from Jamaica, then I'll study for a month, and then I scheduled it for March. I can't remember exactly what date. I think it was March 10th. So I did that, and then I found out that my husband was going to be off for spring break the whole week, so I pushed my test back to like the 23rd. Biggest mistake I made, y'all, do not change your testing date. Stick to the date that you picked the first time. So I did that. I changed my testing date, and y'all, the whole pandemic happened and my test was canceled. So the first available date that they had in my area was May 1st. Y'all, that's a big gap from March, the end of March, to May 1st. That's a huge difference. So I scheduled it then, and y'all, it was canceled. My test was canceled again due to the testing center closing down. They didn't give me a reason why. They just said, you know, your test was canceled. Like, I actually had to call up there and be like, hey, my test was canceled. I don't know what's going on, but I didn't cancel it. And it was like, oh, your testing center closed, so we have to reschedule. So then my new testing date was May 10th, I believe. So let's get into what I did to pass the NCLEX, because, you know, that's why you're here. So the only thing I used to study for NCLEX was UWorld, y'all. That's it. I did the whole 2,000 questions that they had, and I also did one assessment. If you don't know about UWorld, you can search online, type in UWorld. It gives you like a testing bank over 2,000 questions, and I think it's like 3 different options. So you can get the question bank of 2,000 questions, and then you can get one assessment that you can take, or you can get the question bank with 2,000 questions, and then you can get 2 assessments. I am cheap, so I went with the cheapest one, which was, I think, like $125, $160. I can't remember, but I went with the cheapest one, and that only came with 1 assessment. So when you go into UWorld, you have different areas that you can click on that you can test yourself over. What I did was I did one system at a time. So I started with cardio. Started off with cardio because I knew that was something that I struggled with a lot in nursing school. And also, if I did cardio one day and I started on the endocrine the next day, I will make sure that I'll go back and review the cardio information that I went over. That makes sense? So whatever I did the day before, I would go back and review, because with me, if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. So I had to keep drilling that stuff into my head. And what I did was I would take like 50 to 100 questions each day. And no, I did not do it all in one sitting. I would do like 10 questions here, 10 questions there. Like at the beginning, I was trying to do like a lot of questions at one time, and it was not working out. I couldn't concentrate, so like I was doing terrible on the test and everything. So what I did, I started to do like 5 here, 10 here, whatever I could do in that little amount of time. So with answering the questions, I would do a question at a time, and then once I answer it, you know, it'll tell you if you got the question wrong, if you got it right. I would read each rationale, y'all. That is so important. Even if you got the question right, read the rationales, because inside of it, it can tell you like something that you may not have known. So that helped me out a lot. So with reading the rationales, I would write down like information that I think that I should know, or information that I didn't know. And this is the spiral that I use to study with. So let me see. I don't know if you can see. Okay, So this is what I use, and this right here is cardio. So right here I have like information, and I think on this right here I have like the drugs and everything. So that's how I studied. I would break things up. So I started off with like pulmonary edema, PMI, and things like that. I didn't use the entire spiral, but like I used a lot. Let me show y'all. So this is all I used for studying for NCLEX. So that's a lot. And I got all of this from UWorld. So UWorld will prepare you. Gosh, I cannot talk. UWorld will prepare you for the NCLEX, I promise. Like all of this came from UWorld. I would suggest that you do all the Q Bank questions. Number one, like you paid for it, so you might as well. But number two, because it gives you a lot of testing material. So after I would do the questions, I would focus on the areas that I did bad in. So in UWorld, you can go back and it'll show you like areas where you tested strong in and areas where you tested poorly. So for me, I struggled with priority. I know I struggled with that tremendously. So I would go back and reread the questions, and you can go, after you answer the questions, you can go back still and look at the questions. So I would go back to like the questions, the incorrect questions I got, and I would retest myself over those again. I'm so glad that I went back and studied that material over again and got it down, because NCLEX does test you over priority. Okay, another thing that I really liked about UWorld is that it looks exactly like the NCLEX. So when you take UWorld, the setup and everything is just like NCLEX. So that kind of decreases your stress, because you know you're used to this setup and it just looks familiar to you. I also like the select all that apply. As you know, NCLEX does have select all the apply, and that is one thing that I was so scared of before taking the NCLEX. With UWorld, you get lots of practice with it, and I think like by the time I finished all those questions, like I felt comfortable with select all that apply. I didn't like get nervous when I seen one. So that really helped out as well. I've seen a lot of people say that UWorld was way harder than the NCLEX, and to me, I feel like they kind of weighed about the same. But the good thing is, if you can tackle those UWorld questions, like you're good in the NCLEX. Like you are fully prepared. So when you go and take your test, like I don't know about you, but I am big with prayer. So I prayed before I walked into my testing center. Then I prayed once I sat down at that computer, and you know, I told myself the Lord didn't get me this far just for me to fail this test today. So go in with a positive attitude, take deep breaths. I had to take a lot of those, and then we also had to wear the mask as well. So that was kind of like nerve-wracking, because I got this mask on, I'm nervous, I'm hot. It was a lot. And remember, you made it through nursing school, so you know, you got this. Like, you got it down. You just got to pass this one last hump and you good. That's pretty much all that I have for you. Good luck on your upcoming test. Remember that you are capable of passing this test. Don't stress out too much. I know that's easier said than done, but like you are capable of passing this test. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.